Hey folks, this is your man Taikisa, and I have the privilege to show you a pair of shoes that I've been sitting on for a few months, but within a few months have taken the sneakerhead community by storm. You're either one of the few that's watching this that actually have a pair from this supplier, or should I say this factory. A couple of you unfortunately cannot get these because they are very expensive. I mean, there's no other way to put it. A lot of the times you'll hear the words, you have to pay to play. Well, these shoes are no exception. You definitely got to have the finances for these, but we're going to go further into that on this review. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Air Jordan 1 Chicago 85 cut. And these are Bespokes, which we're going to get deep into as well. Let's get started. All right, folks, this is the Bespoke version of the 1985 Air Jordan 1s, 85 cut. We call it the 85 cut because this is pretty much exact to the specifications of that shoe way back in the day. So let's get into it. Now, of course, as you can see on the screen here, VRL or Vibe Remake Lab was the ones who created this shoe. And I was very, very blessed, honestly, to even get this pair because the way things were going, I honestly thought I wasn't even going to get a pair of shoes and it was just going to be a situation where I was going to get a refund back. But I'm glad that was not the case. Now, not much really that we have to go into the box here. As you can see, Rare Rep Sneaker was the one that originally sold me these shoes. And definitely shout out to this person because they took great care of me when it came to getting these shoes. A lot of frustration as far as just the wait time. I ordered them pretty much in the beginning of May. I didn't get them until the middle of July. So it does take time to get these shoes in. Number 0236 on my pair was that. 46 EU, meaning 12 in US. And of course, my reviewer name, Kisa or Taikisa for short. We got the Vibe Remake Lab right here. And that is it, folks. I will show you the tag that came with it that was handwritten by the creator himself. Thank you for your trust. Hey, man, thank you. For real. You see right here, cool. All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're here to see, which I'm just going to bring the camera down just a little bit. Here we go. You know what? Let's get some more light on this right quick. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. I'm just gonna sit back for a second. I just wanted to give y'all 5 seconds of silence so y'all can see what is in front of the camera right here. Let's get into it here. We have the Air Jordan right here. There's no TM next to it here. We already looked at the shape of the shoe. We're on the left shoe, the lateral side. Nice big 85 style swoosh. The stitching is beautiful. The leather is, oh my God, the leather. Toe box is on point, mud guard, shape of the toe box. We got an outsole that was built from the ground up, which is even more amazing because you had to go back in time practically, but this person was able to do that without a DeLorean and just make an outsole that is dead on close to the original 85. Remember, this is a Bespoke. I'll be damned if I call this a replica. This is definitely a custom Bespoke shoe. Look at this, the back of this, beautiful right here. We have handmade in China, okay? That's beautiful in itself. The person who made these shoes said, I will not remove this stitching. If you don't want this on here, then don't order my shoe. And you know what? That's what's up. Way to take ownership and pride in where this shoe actually comes from. There's a Nike tag right here, which is what's up. As you can see with the reflection, this is all wax laces right here, so that's what's up. We have the medial side here, which is good. And let's move on to the right shoe. As we can see, this has the wax red laces. It did come with 3 color laces. Here's the sail laces here, which it originally did come on, you know, tied onto the shoe, but I just switched out the laces. And then we have the shoe tree that comes with the shoe, and also the insole, which is, you know, VRL Vibe Remake Lab, with a nice premium insole in there as far as a nice thickness to the insole, as y'all can see on the screen. Not much really different between either shoe, but still just a beautiful toe box and the leather, the premium. I mean, I can't even talk. I'm just so excited to be able to show y'all this finally. This shoe is a work of art. It really is. So very proud to have a pair. Glad I was able to show y'all. And let's get back into it, okay? All right, cool. All right, folks, so let's get further into this shoe real quick before we move on to the next review. I wanted to get this review out at least before the Air Jordan 1 Chicago's drop this Saturday on the 19th, or if something came up, this video came out after that date. I wanted to show y'all what could have been, basically. When it comes down to it, what could have been overall. For whatever reason, Jordan Brand, which I'm gonna put this right here for a second while I talk about it, Jordan Brand was gonna make these. What happened, Jordan? What happened, Nike? Like, why did y'all drop it? Like, okay, I get what we see here on screen with the nice crackle around the heel collar and, or the ankle collar, I should say, and, you know, towards the eye stay of the shoe and all that. And you got your midsole, which is not as dark a sail color as my Bespoke Jordan 185, but I get where you're going with it. But at the same time, it's like, why? I don't get it. When you originally told us as consumers in the beginning of the year that you were going with something like this. These are works of art. There's really no other. As we look at the toe box here, you know what I mean? Now mind you, I'm doing this after I went on foot. You know, but you could still see because you see a little bit of creasing here, but the leather is so premium, so thick. You would think this is like Italian leather that was used off of the Air Jordan Dior's, but they just put it on this. That's how, you know, and they stay true to the actual marking of the shoe itself, as you can see right here. Okay, there's no TM on this yet. That's how it was back in the day. You know what I mean? Like no trademark. Not yet, anyway. Then eventually it started going into that, but. The nice big swoosh here, the premium leather that they use on the swoosh. As I look at this, I really realized that it took a lot of time and effort. And the quick story about these, as I put them right here, is that when I originally ordered these shoes, they were totally different from these original VRL batches or Vibe Remake Lab batches. They were more shiny and they had this visual glow to them where it looks like someone took a whole vat of Vaseline and just put it all over the eye stay, the upper, the mud guard, all of that. And, you know, I was cool with it because it still had that 85 sizing to it. But along the way, either my order got sold or something happened to my shoes or whatever. And long story short, what should have took about a month for me to get took pretty much 2.5 months for me to get from the time of purchase. I'm really glad I didn't pull out, you know, and just kept my money in, because the best thing about these is why I'm so excited is that these are my first pair of Chicagos. And I know a lot of sneakerheads I've talked to before, Drizzle Man, what's up, man? A lot of people's just like, yo, why don't you have these in stock? Why don't you got these as like one of the pair of Jordan 1s in your collection? I'm like, I really wasn't interested in just a regular red upper with a white, like I didn't really care, honestly. But having something like this and then seeing the pictures and seeing the closeness to it, I mean, oh man, I'm just blessed to have it, honestly. There's no other word for it. You know, and I know y'all think it's just a shoe, bro, calm down. It's not about calming down, it's just being excited to have a piece of memorabilia built to such great specifications. I mean, do y'all understand that this supplier had to build this outsole by hand? He had to rebuild these. Okay, this is an 85 Bespoke, okay, or custom Nike outsole, a Nike Air Jordan 1 outsole. Like, he had to rebuild them because there was no other way to do it and get the right sizing and shape of the shoe per his specifications, how he got it set up. Now, I'm not one to brag about these shoes at all, because I do not want people thinking that's what I'm trying to be as a bragger. By no means. In fact, I'm not even supposed to have these. The way that everything kind of went down, of how I, you know, had to wait on the other pair, find out I didn't actually have that pair, but then the supplier was like, hey, I'm gonna get you the VRL batch. Just wait for me for a couple more weeks. I'm really glad that it all worked out where I was able to land a pair. And as you saw in the video, this is pair 236. Out of thousands and thousands that have been made. Not only these, but the black toe with the braid, you know, ankle and heel, and you got the brown, and you got the pandas version, and the metallic blue and the orange. Like, there's a lot of different types that VRL has created within the last couple of weeks or months. So without going too far into it, y'all see what we got in the back here. I wish Jordan Brand would go ahead and stop playing around. We do have the Pandas coming out next year, as you see on the screen, which is what's up. Let's get those Chicago retails out. And Nike, if you can hear me and you see me right now, let's make enough pair, you know what I'm saying, so that everybody can get some at the right price. If you want to charge $200 for it, it's still a little steep for some people, but way less expensive than realistically what VRL is asking for. If you haven't gotten your pair yet and you can afford to do so without breaking the bank, especially right before Christmas, I implore you, please go get your the last pair of Chicago Jordans you'll ever need to buy. So this is your man Takisa. Please, if you have any questions, again, as I mentioned, hit me up on Instagram, information on the screen. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. We're gonna get right on to the on feet. Appreciate y'all listening to me, and I'll talk to y'all later.